Hi students, as in previous class we discussed about the concept of centralization and decentralization. As you know, centralization means concentration of decision making power in the hands of only few members who are at the top level management in the enterprise. That is called decentralization, whereas decentralization means dispersal of decision making power to the hands of lower level executives in the company. Then it is called decentralization. So that is why in an organization the top level manager cannot able to take the entire decisions regarding about the entire organization. That is why what the top management going to do, so they are going to transfer decision making power to the hands of lower level executives in the organization. By that, the top level management can able to focus on important and major activities, and whereas operational activities are to be much focused by the lower level executives in the enterprise. That is why the decentralization plays a vital role in an organization. So I explained about the meaning of centralization and decentralization in a previous video session. So like in an organization there will be three level. One is top level, then second is middle level, then third is lower level. So as per this structure or levels of management, when the decision making power is lies with the hands of top level management, then it is called centralization. And when the decision making power is transferred to the lower level executives of the enterprise, then it is called decentralization. So hope you understood the meaning of centralization and decentralization. So whereas the decentralization activity looks very similar to the meaning of delegation. So that is why in previous video lecture also you learned about the differences between delegation and decentralization. So that is why in previous video lecture I have covered the concept of centralization and decentralization, and also a comparative view of delegation and decentralization. Then the last concept of your chapter number 5, organizing, is importance of organizing. So that today title of video lecture is importance of decentralization. As you know, importance means benefits or significance. That is why the companies makes decentralization of authority to take the decision by the lower level executives means because it provides 5 major benefits. All those benefits are very useful for the company as well as the business executives in the enterprise. Let us see what are the importance or the benefits of decentralization. The first importance is it develops initiative among subordinates. So here the word initiative means initiative principle, which is given by Henry Fayol. So already you learned in second chapter under the concept of principles of Henry Fayol. So one of the principle given by Henry Fayol is initiative. What it means? It says that before insisting someone to do the activity, you must take the self motivation and you must take the initial steps to perform certain duties in the company. So that is why the first advantage is it develops initiative among subordinates, where with the help of decentralization, the lower level executive like supervisor or foreman, they get a chance to utilize the abilities and the skills what they have. That is why where it initiates the subordinates to take the necessary decisions regarding about the working of business enterprise. That is why it develops initiative among the subordinates. Once again I am repeating, initiative means before insisting or before telling someone to do the activity, you must take the initial steps to conduct a particular task in the enterprise. That is why initiative means it is just kind of self motivation to the subordinates, where the decentralization motivates the employees who are at the lower level management, so to take the opportunity and to utilize their hidden talent and skills and also experience that they possess. That is the first benefit of decentralization. Then second is it develops managerial talents for future. So where it is one of the advantage to the company. Why? Because when the company establishing the branches or when the company decided to diversify the production into different kinds of sector, at that time the managers would be required. So where with the help of decentralization, the company can prepare the managers for the future period of time. So how it means? Decentralization provides the chance of becoming manager in future. So the lower level executive like supervisor or foreman, they can become a manager in future if they used the decision making power properly by proper use of their talent, skills and experience that they possess. That is why when the supervisor having more creative ideas, when he is having a rich knowledge and skills, at that time if the supervisor used all his talents, skill and experience in a proper direction, means at that time in future he can become the manager in the company. So that is why where it develops managerial talent for future. It provides opportunity to the supervisor to become a manager in the middle level management as well as to promote to the higher level management in the enterprise. That is the second benefit. Then third is quick decision making. So decision making means already you learned in fourth chapter, that is planning. Decision making means choosing one best alternative. Decision making means choosing one best alternative among the various alternatives that are available. So here decision making means it is an systematic process of choosing one best alternative among the various alternative available to the manager. Say for example, if mission is to increase the sales, at that time what are the ways are available to increase the sales? Like you can give advertisement, or you can give the offers, or you can give the discount, or you can conduct the competition, or you can give coupons. By the way of all those ways you can increase the sales, but we cannot able to choose all those ways. That is why as a manager you must choose the best alternative which are available, and based on that you are going to implementing the best solution to solve the problem and achieve the goals. That is why where the third benefit is quick decision making. How it means? Where the subordinators have more freedom to take a decision. So when the supervisor or the foreman or the executives at a lower level management, they have freedom to take a decision. So when they have freedom to take decision means timely action and timely decision is to be taken by the executives. Based on that they can put the decision into action in realization of the particular goals. That is why with the help of decentralization the executives get more freedom to take a decision. That is why they can take the decisions which are routine in nature. By taking the proper decision they can achieve their target. They cannot able to wait for the approval from top level management. Then fourth is relief to top management. So where the top level management is not interfere in operational activity or routine activity. They focus on the activities which are relating to the top level management. So that is why where it reduces the work of top level management executives. That is why where it is a kind of relief to top management. So where the lower level executives can focus on operational activities Whereas the top level management, the executives, they can focus on important aspect of the enterprise. That is why the top level management focus on important activities. They can completely busy in preparing plans and policies, formulating the strategies to expand the business enterprise. That is why it provides relief to top management. Then last benefit is facilitates to the growth. Growth means, what is growth? So how it can be measured means, the growth can be measured through expansion of business units like in branches, and the diversification of the activities in manufacturing different line of the product. So that is why where with the help of decentralization we can able to get the growth in future period. So that is why where the decentralization measures and it provides all the facilities to the organization to get the growth and expansion prospects. That is why it also provides the chance of getting a growth in the business enterprise. It can be measured through in the form of expansion of various number of branches in different localities, and also it can be measured in the view of producing more line of product by the company. That is called diversification. So that is why where the decentralization also provides facilitate to the growth. All these 5 points which explains about the importance, or even though it is also called benefits. Yes, of course, when the benefit we are getting means, then only it become important. So for example, when you are getting the regular benefits means, then you are giving most important to that work. So that is why where the decentralization provides all these 5 kinds of benefits. Some of those are advantage to the company, and some of these are advantage to the executives in the management. So this is all about importance of decentralization. Just I will review the entire chapter, that what you learned in a chapter number 5, organizing. So we have started the chapter with introduction, meaning and definition of organizing. What is organizing? It is an process of combining 4 M's, that is resources, creating organization structure, establishing authority and responsibility, relationship between superior and subordinates for accomplishment of predetermined objectives of the enterprise. That is called organizing. So you learned about the meaning and definitions of organizing, and also process of organizing. For this I have given a mnemonic, that is idea, that is organizing have 4 series of steps. One is identification and division of work, then second is departmentalization, then third is authority creating authority and responsibility relationship with also assignment of duties. Then last comes that is establishment of reporting relationship. So these all four about the steps that are to be followed in the process of organizing. And also you learned about the importance of organizing. Why the organizing function is to be performed by the management, what are its benefits. You learned about all those benefits of organizing. The next major concept that you learned, organizational structure. So that is, in an organization we can able to observe two kinds of organization structure. One is functional structure, then second is divisional structure. So you learned about the meaning and also features, advantages, disadvantages of both functional and divisional structure of an organization, and also you learned about the differences between functional and divisional structure of an organization. The next concept, types of organizations. So there are mainly two types of organizations. One is formal organization, then second is informal organization. So you learned about the meaning, features, advantages and disadvantages of both formal and informal organization, and also the differences between formal and informal organization. And the next new concept, that is delegation. So you learned about the meaning, importance, elements of delegation, that is authority, responsibility and accountability, and also the differences between authority, responsibility and accountability elements. Then last concept of the chapter, that is centralization and decentralization. So in this concept also you learn the meaning of centralization and decentralization, importance of decentralization and the difference between delegation and decentralization. So these all about the concepts that you learned in chapter number 5, organizing. So from this chapter you will have one practical oriented question. I already told you that the question is, draw a neat diagram which shows functional and divisional structure. Already I have completed that concept and I have given the structure diagram of functional and divisional structure of an organization. These all about the concept in organizing. So here from in organizing, it is a wide concept, so that's the reason do watch the videos 2 times, and by watching the video just do prepare the notes, that would be very easier to clear all the concepts. Thank you.